Okay, guys, it is Team Epic Journey tonight with Team Push. And I am excited for just whoever wants to hop on because really this is a call where you're in it. Like you're in it, you're all hands on deck. You really want to make this happen. Like you really want to make this happen. And something that I learned today in personal development with Melanie Mitro is that Melanie Mitro is somebody who I look up to for organizational skills. And I've mocked those behaviors. But now the coolest part about coaching is you get to kind of explore all the other coaches in the network and kind of see who you vibe with. Like, who is that person who's one of those top leaders? And you want to start looking at their YouTube videos and watching them and maybe looking at their team calls for a personal development night. That is how a coach is born. I think a coach is born when you are just a go-getter. You guys are going to be having, and if you haven't already, which you probably do, some of you guys have people underneath of you, right? So it's important, number one, that we always take care of ourselves, and we always take care of ourselves as a team, right? And the way this works is that you're your own CEO, right? So I'm never going to come up to you and I'm never going to say, Cassandra, did you do your invites today? Did you post on social media? I'm not going to do that because I have my own stuff to do, right?
Yeah.
You have yours to do. You know what to do and you have to do it. Like you have to do it because here's the thing. How many of you, and since you're on here, more will probably pop on later, do you know why you're doing this? Like,
Yes.
do you know why you're doing this, right? So something that I learned, Raina Odell is a really cool, you probably would like her, Cassandra. She's a very cool coach. Tattoos, mom, single mom now. Actually, she has Crohn's. And so her weight went from kind of big. She's very, very, very small now because of her disorder. But she went through anorexia. She binged eat. And now she's like one of the top leaders in the network and had maybe 200 followers on her Facebook page when she first started. And now her Instagram, I think, is like 42,000 people.
Wow.
It's insane. So what I learned from her is, this is the big one. We have to be unapologetically putting our shit out there. You know how sometimes we kind of get afraid? We're like, well, I don't really know if I want to ask them, or I don't know if I really want to puke beach body. Nobody's asking you to like vomit on your Facebook page of beach body, but you have to ask your questions this. If I only posted once a day, for example, and somebody who was new viewed my page, would they know that I'm into health and wellness?
Yeah.
Would they know? If you can answer that question, then you're on the right track, right? Now here comes the best part. We can be masters of selling challenge packs and helping people change their lives, right? But the way this business is going to help you and give you people is your Success Club. Once you get that motorboat rolling, Beachbody gives you leads. They give you free people. So you'll be able to check your coach online office, which I hope you guys are all checking every single day because you have to make sure no one's canceled, everybody's okay, you're looking for the latest and greatest news. That should be one of your go-tos in the morning or whenever you have time. But make sure you check your coach online office. It's really important. This is where you find out where your meat is, like you want to keep track. And something that she said too is you can sign up 1 million discounted coaches and it's going to look great on like the grid, but how many of those are actually working? Like that's only a cushion for a little while, right? Mm-hmm. So how many of you, and we'll just, because Cassandra, this is your one-on-one night, do you want to have extra income? I do.
Yeah.
Okay. How far does your dream take you with this company? Like, where do you see yourself with all of this? Like, where do you want to go with it? Where do you see yourself 1 year from now, what do you daydream about?
1 year from now, I'd like to have a good amount of following of people that look to me to help them
Okay.
consistent. I mean, I've had a few people come to me, but they've fallen off,
Mm-hmm.
and now they don't really talk to me anymore. So I'd like to have a group like you do, where it's a amount of consistent people. I mean, yeah, we have days, because I just had one, but that are sticking to it for the most part, and I can check in with them every week and know that they're still doing it, and I'd like to have a little bit of money. It would be nice. I want by next summer to not have to go work at retail. I want to be able to stay home.
Your goal in a year from now is to come home. Okay.
I would like to, in the summer, be home.
Okay. Yeah. And maybe who knows what else. So for now, you would like to take 3 months off.
Yeah, next summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the question becomes, are you matching up with the goal, right?
No, not yet.
So you have to think about that. So you have to make a work in progress, right? Like for me, my goal is to bring myself home and then possibly bring my husband home. So then we can just be with our kids and I don't have to worry about a strike with Verizon. It won't matter because we can do what we want anyways. So I know that for me personally, like you have to look at yourself and this is where you have to be honest. And I'm saying this as in general, not just to you.
Right.
You have to be honest with yourself and go, okay, yes, I'm a new coach, but that doesn't make you, don't use that as your reason to not go for it, right? Because everybody was a day one coach. Raina Odell went from a 1-star diamond to a 12-star diamond in less than a year.
Wow.
Less than a year. And you know what she said her number one thing was that got her there? She could see herself coming home. She could dream about it. She could feel it. She could touch it. She spoke the words of it. And she goes, some people, they don't visualize this. They don't seek it. Like they talk it, but they don't visualize and like take the time to meditate on it or on the universe.
Manifest it.
Yeah. So here's the coolest part about how this company works. If you and I, since we're on the call, if you and I want to come home in any way, shape, or form, that means we can collectively as a team, Team Epic Journey, literally work together to come home. So that's a pretty cool thing because you're not by yourself. You're with somebody else who wants the same goals as you and you're lined up. So for example, if everybody on Team Epic Journey, for example, and their goal a year from now, they could all be either a diamond or a 1-star diamond coach, you can probably start knocking off days for you to come home. That's exciting because you actually get a chance to come home. So here's how we do this. Number one, you have to make sure you're staying on Shakeology. You have to make sure you are working a program because when people see you working a program and they see your results and the journey that you are intentionally putting out there, they're going to form trust. They're going to form, wow, she's really in it. She's not just like this person who does it here and there, right? Like you literally have to say, my Facebook page is now my business page. It's not a fun page anymore. And of course you can show your fun things, it's not that you can't, but when you get in, you work your business, you get off and you be with your family and you be present, right? It's no different than if I go to the salon. When I leave the salon, I'm done, right? And then I come home. So treat it like a business, right? So make sure you guys, number one, you're super organized. Remember, we've talked about this before, getting your calendars out, setting your intention for the week ahead, using the business activity tracker. All of these things are in place and they will guarantee you Success Club. If you're doing free groups and you're adding new people to your Facebook page or to your Instagram, you're going to have it, but you have to keep pumping your well. And the other thing too is, and I'm so bad at this and I'm going to start this tonight, is that I love Instagram stories. I think they're great, but I don't do shit with it. And I need to start doing something with it. Meaning, when you go to Instagram stories, you can start checking, because if you switched your thing to business, you can start checking who followed all of your stories for the day. And then you can make a list of those people and go send them a thank you message. But make sure you're alternating the messages so it doesn't pick up like you're spamming, right? So you want to do the same message 3 times and rotate them out. Follow them back. A lot of Instagram is they're all like, yeah, whatever, you can be my friend. Who cares? It's Instagram. Facebook is a little more weird. People are a little more like, I don't know you, so you're not going to be my friends on Facebook unless whatever we do, right? So make sure you're having a lot of conversations this month with a lot of people. Because remember, if you were to have 30 conversations tonight, you're probably going to get 10 people back to respond. It's the truth. If you have 5 conversations tonight, you may get 1 or none. You have to always 10x what you want to do, because you know what that does, and I've realized this too, it's banking. It's a security deposit for you, right? So like, let's say for example, and for the longest time, my goal was Success Club 5, which was helping 3 people, right? Or 3 people, right? Well, what if those 3 people in less than a month leave? I have to go Success Club 10 just to make sure if anybody falls off, I'm still cushioned in my position. Does that make sense? So you have to be like the guardian of your business. So, and here's the thing too, if you're spending your time comparing yourself to people, you're wasting your energy. Literally put your blinders on and get to work. Don't worry about me or whoever or whatever. It doesn't matter. We have to put our heads down, and I'm guilty of this too. I look at other people, I'm like, well, why aren't they doing, what am I not doing? What am I not doing? Well, rather than saying that, I could go YouTube it. I could go reach out to that coach and send them a private message and ask them questions. I could go to the coach online office and go to the back office and search the FAQs and see what I'm missing. I can go to the Beachbody Champions page on Facebook and learn from all of the champions, because that's where you get like the killer pieces. Every national wake-up call, it is a key speaker who is like, they know their business and they're rocking it, and they're giving away every Monday free information for you to grow your business. So the question becomes, are you taking time to listen to the wake-up call? It may not be Monday, but maybe it's whenever, and you can pause it and write notes. Even if you listen for 5 minutes and you gathered one thing, that one thing, try it, see how it's working. If it doesn't really work, you let it go and you move forward, right? It's all about that trial and error. Trial and error. Is this work for me? Does that work for me? But also too, if you want your business to grow, and this is something that I'm fearful of all the time, I'm kind of also afraid to put myself out there and say, look, I'm a Beachbody coach. But if I don't say that, and if I don't, for me, if I don't say that, and I'm in love with it, like I'm in love with Beachbody because I bleed blue, because it's given me my life back. It's given me my motivation back. It's gotten me out of depression. It's made me lose weight, get healthy, stability, confidence. Like, I don't know why sometimes I am afraid to say things. Do you know what I mean? Like, does anybody resonate with that? Because sometimes I feel that way. So I am now switching my gear, because if I want to come home, my goal is to come home when my daughter steps on the school bus in kindergarten. So she's 2, so I have some time, but I want to act like it's urgency. I want to act like she's going to be on the school bus tomorrow. Because what if I could bring myself home a year earlier? How cool would that be, right? How cool would it be if you, less than a year, you could take off maybe 4 months versus 3 months, just because you could do that, right? So we have to think about, is my why currently matching up with my work efforts? And there's no right or wrong. It's for us as individuals just to look down at the papers and go, okay, it may not be really matching up. Okay, what do I need to do? And then just start looking. Just start looking at what you think you need to do. And if you're not really sure, that's where you can reach out to me, or you can go to our upline coaches too. If you're not part of the Fit Fanatic page on Facebook, please message me privately and let me know so I can add you to that team. That's our upline coach, Danielle McKean. And there's a lot of good stuff in there. And if you guys don't also know, we are part of Diesel Nation. That is Christina Delgado and Becky Brose. They are one of the top producers of the company. So you guys are actually part of Diesel Nation. We're all part of that family. So you need to make sure too that you add yourself to the Diesel Nation page and friend requests so you can get part of that tribe. Because remember, the more things you get a part of, the more you vibe off of, and the more you want to go and you want to search and you want to grow and you want to continue, right? So take what you have now and think about where you want to go and what you want to be a year from now. For me, a year from now looks like 2-star diamond. That's where I would like to be. But collectively as a team, we have to do that together, right? So how do we do that together? We all stay consistent with our workouts, being in Team Epic Shakers, which can I just tell you guys, we're all doing so fantastic. And all the raw honesty and emotions, like Cassandra, look how you flipped that shit around the other day. Like, seriously, like, I hope you, like, and you're dancing because you were so like, I'm not letting this back me down. Right?
Yeah.
Would that have happened a year ago?
No, I would have been done.
That is something you can actually share on social media. That is a great post. Did you guys realize that? That's a great post. You could be like, shit, my water or whatever, this is happening, that's happening. And you could just do some type of a face and a pose that's going to really attract somebody. I mean, my best lighting is on a sunny day outside, you guys. That is your best light for your pictures. God-given light. You don't need to buy a light. You need Jesus and the sun. That's all you need. So you could do a post about that, be like, dude, I just had a huge non-scale victory. I used to be a depressed person who got bogged down by little things such as my ceiling. And, you can even talk about my rent being raised, whatever it is, just be honest about it. You will feel so much better. It is like going to the therapist's office because you go, and you hit post.
Yeah.
And no one's good. And here's the thing too, what Raina Odell says, if people unfriend you, if people think you're annoying, guess what? It's going to happen. And here's the thing. You don't want them anyway. So thank you for just doing it anyways. Peace out, because you're not part of my tribe. I do wish you the best, but I'm going to run my race. Guys, I'm like, I could cry because I feel like we have such an amazing family. We have such an amazing sisterhood of people. Like, we can come home. We can all come home. We can all come home to our kids. We can have bank accounts for our kids. We can have savings. We can have reserves. Who wants a reserve? I want a reserve.
Yeah.
God, you guys, like, I want a reserve. I would love 3 mortgage payments reserved. I would love bank accounts for my children that I don't have yet. Like, I want that. You know what? And I have to be honest with myself and go, what am I doing to make it happen? And a lot of times, you know what it used to be? I used to look at my husband and go, well, what the fuck are you going to do? That's what I used to do. I know, right? It's bad. But I did. Because you know why? Because I was raised that way. And then I picked up the phone and I was like, wait a minute. What's stopping me from my dreams? And it was my self-doubt. Like, oh, well, they're better. God, it's such a lie we tell ourselves. It's such a lie. The running lie of CNN, right? Do you guys feel more amazing when you do personal development? I think you all can tell when I do personal development and when I don't. And I know I can see it in all you guys too. So we know PD is number 1. It has to be number 1. But if we don't know why we're doing this, your motorboat won't go fast. And it's not even about going fast. I shouldn't say fast. It's just not going to it's not going to give you the momentum. Does that make sense? It's going to be like, well, I did some invites today, it's all good. But, every Thursday we get paid and I want to look at my inbox and go, what did I get? What is it going to take care of this week for me and my family, rather than a negative. So that involves a lot of conversations. And the thing that I've learned most from the Social Team Builder, and if you guys can save up for this and make this something that you all get into and invest, it is a lot of money. And maybe you need a lot of time to save for it. And I did. It's 300. What is it, Danielle? Like $300? It's around $300. It is a lifetime access to training galore. Like training galore with all of the jujus in it. And it's all self-paced and it teaches you how to be a bad Bama Jamma coach. And it's worth the investment. I bought it. It's a tax write-off. It took me months and months and months to save. I literally would put $1 in my shoebox and I cut a little hole and make it look like a piggy bank. But I did it. And I did. And John's like, what's this? And I was like, it ain't yours. That's for darn sure. So, but it helps because what it shows me is it's teaching me rather than going like, okay, what do I do next? It's okay, I'm going to dive into here. So think about what you're doing now, what you need to do in the future, how you're going to get there. But I will tell you this too. The more you stay engaged on your team calls, the more you stay engaged in your own health journey, being in your own challenge groups, the ones that we're currently in all together, which I'm sorry, I love us all together. I don't even ever want us to separate because I love the big family that we're all part of. Like if Daniel was like, I'm leaving, I'm doing my own challenge group. I'm like, you are? Like, why? No. Ew. Like, no, no, that's not going to work with me. Like, and if Sharona was like, well, I'm going to remember. No. I feel so lost. I'd be like, no, please stay, But tonight, I just really got more in touch with why I'm doing this and stepping up my game. I know that Danielle and Sharona stepped in here just a few minutes behind, but something that Cassandra and I were talking about were do your goals of what you want in this business match up with the effort? So you just have to really think about that. It's not me being mean or saying, and I'm never going to come up to you. You guys know this. I will never come up to you and say, Sharona, Danielle, did you do your personal development? Did you work out? Did you invite? Did you do? I'm not going to do that. That's not, I'm not a handhelder. I'm a go-getter and I have my head down and I'm going, but I want you guys to come with me too, right? Like the train's going to go with or without you, but I'm going, right? So we all collectively as a team have to be like butt kickers because if Danielle goes diamond, Sharona goes diamond, Cassandra goes diamond, you guys, we can start qualifying for more leads, for more money, for bonus pools, for elite status. And when we get to elite status, it's a whole nother ball game. Like I have to still read upon that, but all I know it's a freaking game changer. We can get to premier. Like these are things once we can get there, dude, and it's okay. Yes, it's okay. And it's all right. It's okay that your life feels nuts right now, but here's the key word that I'm going to say to you. Feels nuts, not nuts. You have a lot going on right now with a loved one, and that one thing can tip the whole boat. It just can. I mean, like when my dad passed, it tipped the whole boat. Tipped the whole boat. And I will say this, you guys, because this is what I found to be true. If crap is hitting the fan right now, of course, because you have us. If crap is hitting the fan right now, that means, and I told Cassandra this because when she reached out on our team page, I called her and I was like, hello. I was like, oh no, you're not going to stay. No. You're going to go do personal development and you're going to go work out and you're going to drink your shake because that's what makes you feel better. I didn't talk to her about the business. I said, go make yourself feel better now. Because I said, what's it going to do if you're going to sit there and be all depressed? Well, no, you're right. And what did she do? Boom. She turned it around. And then in 24 hours, she's shaking her rump shaker on Instagram back all over again. We're a team. We're all here for each other. As soon as you put out what's hurting you, it will feel better and we will respond. It's like the bat signal. You put it out there, we will respond. And let me tell you, you will come out of your darkness faster and get your butt back into the game, regardless of what situation is in your face right now. Because I can guarantee you this, whatever's happening, it should never rock your core. And if it does, then you got to lean more in, get into your workouts, post into the group and say, I'm struggling, but I showed up, period. I read my personal development book and I didn't feel crap, but I read it, period. Because I guarantee you, 24 hours later, you're going to feel different than what you did a year from now. And I'm only saying that because I know it from experience. Okay? When I have a bad time, I reach out. You know, massive panic attack at the nail salon in front of Danielle Eustace. Massive. It was horrible. Hated it. And then I laughed at it. And thank God she was there. And I was able to like work through it because it's, you know, it takes a while to come out of that for a little bit. So we're all a family. We're all a team. But you guys have to just continue to say, am I going to let something throw me off course? No. You know what you do now? This is why it's amazing to be a coach. Because all of a sudden you can send a text to me. You all know I answer you back pretty darn fast. You all know that. So it's not like you're never going to get a response. I'm going to be there for you. Danielle will be there for you. Exchange numbers with everybody and do your personal items, the vital behaviors, and then your family and then your business. But you also have to make sure like, okay, yeah, life might be really bad right now, but do you want to also make it financially better too? Do you want to make it more healthier, more positive? Because guess what? The next storm is brewing in the seas right now. Okay? It's somewhere in the Gulf Coast. It hasn't even hit radar yet. The weatherman hasn't picked up your next storm. But the weatherman is watching. And the weatherman will warn you when the next one comes. You can run from it or you can go into the eye of the storm like a hurricane. And we all know damn well that in the eye of the hurricane, it's the calmest, safest place to be. How weird is that? Right? Think about it. How many stories do they say? They fly into the hurricane, then they go into the eye. First of all, that's insane. That's crazy. But they can go in and they can research and they can document and they can see why things are happening. Do you realize that is what happens when you have a life event? Go into the eye of your problem. Lean into the eye of the storm that you are in and figure it out and navigate and get your data. So that when you come back and the next hurricane comes, the world is more prepared for you. Just like a hurricane. Do you understand that? Does that make more sense when we put it in that analogy? So they're never bad. And they can do damage, but they can also be your greatest resource if you go into the eye of the storm. Be your greatest champion. Be your greatest self. Don't take no for an answer and be unapologetic about what your intention is with this company. I don't care if it's to bring $50 home a freaking week or a month. If that's your goal, own it and do what matches up to that goal. But if you're not doing things that match up to that goal, you cannot be upset about where you're at because you get the opportunity to actually do it yourself and you can say, I did this. I brought myself home when I thought I couldn't and I did it. I did a little here and there. I never stopped believing. I never stopped dreaming and I'm here. And guess what else? I did it with some amazing girls on my team. And if anybody ever comes up to you from here on out and says, oh my God, Sharona, you look amazing. You're like, you're going through this hard time right now, but you're handling it. Like, what are you doing? I'm a coach. I'm a coach. What do you mean you're a coach? Oh, well, I used to be a challenger my whole entire life. And the moment I switched to coach, I don't know. I just started to care about more. Want to try it? Everybody gets a month opportunity to be a business owner. You realize that. Would you like to be a self-made business owner for like a month and try it and have nothing to lose? Like, invite people into our team calls, you guys. Invite them into a team call one night. Just say, just be a bug on the wall. Let me give you the link. There's no harm. Do it. They're welcome to come. Anybody's welcome to come. Ask them. Be like, dude, you're going to love it. Stacy drinks Energize before she takes a call. It's not I know. I do, and I don't care because I want to get revved up. Like, I'm ready to it's better, than doing crack. It is mom crack. But, the point is that, like, you look at your kids, you look at your life, you look at the situations around you. And all of us in the same picture frame tonight we want financial freedom. Everybody does. It's like the American dream to have financial freedom. Like the Kardashians have more money than they know what to do, right? I'm not looking for all that money. Right. I'm not looking, well, I mean, that would be awesome, but I'm looking for relief, stability, consistency. I want to go do things. I want to go travel. I want to explore. I want to not have to go, let me break out my shoebox and save my money. Like, I'm proud of it. Don't get me wrong. But one day I want to bronze the bitch and be like, that's what I did to get right here. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to do. So if we do this all together, you guys, we can be one hell of a team. So don't think that you're doing this by yourself. Remember, if you're inviting, I'm inviting, you're inviting, and we're all in this together. So honestly, when I invite, I think of all of you because I'm like, if I don't invite, then my team's not going to grow. And if I don't grow, we don't grow, and we don't get our dreams. And it kind of helps me invite on days that I'm just kind of like, you know what I mean? Especially after I've had a day of crazy hairdressing customers. I mean, it's just true. I have to get in touch with my why. And I just feel like every time that I'm in a call with you guys, I get re-motivated and revamped and refocused and rededicated. Something to get excited about is Danielle Eustace and I are working on something really awesome for all of us. And I think it's going to provide so much relief for all of us. I want to create a welcome letter for all of us to collectively share that you can give out to all of your coaches when they come in and buy a challenge pack from you. And then we're creating a document called the 10 to win. And it's going to be steps that your challengers can take in order, so once they get their challenge packs, they're going to go, well, what the hell do I do? And you guys are going to start getting a lot of people under your belts. It's going to be very hard to call and go, okay, step one is, did you get your Shakeology recipes? Okay, call me tomorrow, text me. And then the next step is we're going to go through Beachbody on demand. Like you can't do that forever. And here's the other thing too. If you want to grow a team, don't grow hand holders. You have to grow independent women. That's who we have to grow. Do you see the difference in mind shift? So if you're a hand-holding person, which I am, it's very hard for me to not. Yeah. Did somebody say my name? No? Okay. If somebody is a hand holder like me, you got to learn to not do that anymore. Because what are you going to do when your business is booming? Are you going to hold 75 hands? No, you can't. You have to be like, listen, I want you to fly the nest as fast as possible. So like, this is what you do. And it starts with making amazing challengers. Amazing challengers. So we're going to be creating this document so they can have like this checkoff list and then instructions. And then they can get back to you. You'll have the checklist and then go, okay, so you told me you did your Shakeology recipes. Okay, you're also surfing while your box is in transit. Perfect. Okay, you also told me in your text message that you're narrowing it down to 3 programs of choice. Perfect, because what's happening is you're establishing them to be more in control of their life when they weren't in control of their life. You're going to be that person just to let that go. And then later on, and hopefully soon, we're going to be working really hard. I want to do a coaching checklist too for your new working coaches on your team. So there's just a duplicated system. And we're just going to basically duplicate the things that I do, the things that other top coaches do. We're going to put into a format, and then you have that. So there's no thinking of what to do. And when your new coaches come on, you go, I'm going to send you this PDF file. You're self-paced, rock on. Team calls are on Thursday at 8:30. Own it. Does that sound a lot better than like trying to figure it out? I think that'll be pretty cool. So just think about that. Get excited about that. I'm going to let you guys go because it is after 9. Remember why you're here. You're here first for your own health and wellness. Do not lean out of that. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you, 4 to 7 months and people leave because they lean out. And I'm sorry, it happens every time across the board. Do not let yourself fall. If you're in those time zones, be wary, be cautious, watch your mind, see where you want to go and push the heck through, because your old habits are really loud. And I've had people who have left, and I checked their things recently, and I was like, they're in the 4 to 7 month zone. I warned them, and now they have no more plans, and now they're back to square one, and guess what? They're just doing what they've always done. And I will welcome them back when they're ready, but don't be part of that pack. Bust through that darn wall. You will not be sorry. You will be contagiously epic and outrageous in your game plan, and you're going to execute it like a freaking champion. So don't hold back. Lean in every time. Good, bad, negative, sad, whatever. Lean in, lean in, lean in. Go to the eye of the storm, check it out, navigate it, and come out and get your information and live again. Every time you see a news channel now in a hurricane, you can think of me. So I love you guys. Have a great night. This call will be recorded. I will post it into my YouTube channel, but I will also post it into Team Epic Journey tomorrow. So be warriors, be dream catchers and seekers, and be unapologetic in your Facebook posts. Show them that you bleed blue. Be proud of it because it's made you a better person anyways. Own it. I love you guys. Have a great night. I'm so glad you guys are on. All right. Bye. I love you.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.